Let's dive in, not waste your guys' time at Vagabond Builds with James Asanu for car reviews and car products. Just don't forget to like and subscribe. Hype up this video by pushing that hype button. As well as, guys, please, if you got something for us to film, here's our email below. Emails, we'll talk details later. And a shout out and a thanks to Folsom Lake Toyota here in Folsom, California. Now let's talk about two trims out of the three trims that Toyota offers in their Toyota Corolla Cross gas-powered engines. And to my right, I have the LE, which is the middle brother of the three trims, versus the top trim in the gas-powered XLE, okay? This one's the more expensive one, the XLE. Now, I want to mention right off the bat that the LE in this video does come with a three main packages. You get a top sunroof package as well as a cold weather package, which gets you heated seats and a heated steering wheel in the cab. And I'm going to show you guys that in a little bit, as well as it does get you a multimedia package, which gets you an upgraded screen. This one gets you a convenience package, and I'm going to show you what that gets, the sunroof and also the electric self-opening tailgate in the back. But everything else in regards to LE versus XLE is going to be because of the trims, all right? I wanted to clarify that so people don't get confused. Now, let's start with the front ends real quick, starting with the headlights. The headlights are different if you guys pay attention real close. The LED projectors are the same, but it's when you come over to the hazard or signal lights on the LE, you get a cheaper looking look or a cheaper looking headlight, as well as the top here is not chrome or daytime running light eyebrow. Here, on the XLE, you get the daytime running light eyebrow, the different signal light here, that is a LED signal light with a crystallized bar. But again, everything else is the same. Now, XLE does get the bumper sensors here and here across the front end, as well as the LED front fog lights, all right? To where the LE doesn't have no bumper sensors here or here, with no fog lights, because you can tell that's a plastic cap. That's pretty much it. That's the difference of the front ends. If we come over to the sides, dropping over to the sides real quick, starting with the LE, the cheaper version is going to be to the Continental Pro Contact tire, and the size is a 215/65/17 with a hyper silver rim, shock spring strut suspension. Come over to the XLE, they're running better rubbers, Goodyear assurances, and the size on this is going to be a 225/55/18 with a dual color rim, machine surface silver, and a glossy gunmetal gray. Suspension system, pretty much the same. Wheel well trim, same. Side mirrors, same. On the side mirrors, integrated blinker lighting, blind spot assist with the heated side mirrors. We got trim work, pretty much the same trim work on the rocker panel area. Around the windows, the only thing that's different is that the XLE gets a chrome trim on top, all right? Up top, the roof rails are exactly the same. Don't let this fool you, but the crossbars are going to be add-on options on the top of that MSRP price. If we come over to the rear end, pretty much everything else is the same in regards to the trim. Now, rear end, taillights are completely different, as you guys can see. Not sure, yeah, they are. I was thinking that I didn't leave the LE on, but you do have different taillights. As you guys can see, we left the hazards. The XLE has a way better looking taillight with the kind of the 6 jewel eyes on the taillight. Corolla Cross integrated into the inside of that taillight, to where here on the LE doesn't have that. Then we come over to the rear end itself, to the bumper fascias. You got a scuff pad here on the LE, to where on the XLE, no scuff pad right here integrated into that bumper fascia. Everything else pretty much exactly the same, all right? Let's go ahead and open up to the cargo area. This is what the convenience package does get you, is the self-elevating or self-opening tailgate, to where here is just a manual open. All right. Now we come over to the cargo areas. What's the difference in the cargo? Well, because the LE in this video is an all-wheel drive, you're going to have an elevated floor here for that spare tire. All right, as you guys can see, I'm going to show you guys that in a little bit. And these pockets are deeper here on the right and on the left. Let's go ahead and show you guys that real quick. All right, so see how it drops down a little bit? You get more room, and it's not as deep here on the right and on the left. The spare tire is a little bit closer because these plastics are not as deep, all right? That's pretty much it in regards to the cargo differences. Now let's talk some powertrain. Now, powertrain on both is standard on the gas powered. You get a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine with a CVT, continuously variable transmission. Now, horsepower, both are pushing 169 horsepower with 151 pounds-feet of torque. But what changes? What changes is going to be the gas tank size, all right? Well, on the LE, because it's the all-wheel drive, you're getting a 13.2 gallon gas tank size versus the front-wheel drive coming in at a 12.4. And obviously, you're going to have a change in MPG. Now, MPG is going to be literally about 2 miles to the gallon difference, to where the LE's coming in at 29 city, 31 highway. The XLE being the front wheel drive coming in at 31 city and 33 highway, all right? Now keep that in mind, guys. Let's now show you guys the interior of both vehicles. I'm gonna shut this tailgate because it's weird. Now let's show you interior. Before we continue with this video, if you find yourself in the Sacramento, California, or the greater Sacramento area like Rockland, Roseville, Elk Grove, and many other cities, if you need a passenger van rental for the friends and the family for the fun activities such as San Francisco, Napa Valley Wine Country, Yosemite, Lake Tahoe, Yellowstone, and many other places, use the link in the description below and rent from Vagabond Van Rentals. We also deliver. Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and continue with this video. All right, everybody, real quick, the differences. I'm sitting inside the LE, starting off with the passenger seat. Cloth seats versus the leather inserts inside the XLE. That's huge. Driver's side seat gets electric controlled in the XLE, where the driver side seat in the LE comes manual controlled as well, okay? So that's another one. Come up over to the infotainment screen. This is not a normal infotainment screen here in the LE. An average LE will come with an 8-inch. This has the multimedia package, which upgrades to the 10-inch screen, so keep that in mind. Up top to the rear view mirror, this is a standard rear view mirror, to where the XLE will have the no frame and also garage door opening capability. Dropping down to the dual climate controls in the XLE. The LE, this one that you're watching, does have, the one that you're looking at right now is just a single, okay? Then we drop down, no heated steering wheel, because the XLE in the video does not have a cold weather package, to whereas the cold weather package on the LE adds to you the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. So you wouldn't have these in a regular base LE. Keep that in mind. Then we come over to the inlay trim. Inlay trim is high gloss black in the XLE. I'm going to show you guys that. As well as in the XLE, because of that convenience package, the key fob is slightly different. And what is that? You have a button to actually open up that tailgate in the XLE on the key fob. Everything else is the same here. Everything else is the same up top, but both of these are optional in the XLE and LE, so keep these in mind. Then we come over to the driver cockpit cluster area. The screen's completely different. You have full digital inside the XLE, to whereas in the LE, it's partial digital with the gauge of temperature on the left and the fuel gauge on the right. Then we have LE has a leather wrapped steering wheel, to where the XLE has the Softech steering wheel. And then we come over to the fog light lever, or the lighting lever, and on the lighting lever, you have no fog lights on the LE, and in the XLE, you'll have an option to turn on your fog lights. Further left on the dashboard, you have one less button here, and what is that button for? It's for a tailgate button, and the LE does not get that extra button, to where the XLE gets that button because of the convenience package. Coming over to the door panels, exactly the same. Now let's shoot over to the second row seating. All right, second bench in the LE. Now the only difference is the armrest. You don't have an armrest inside the LE, to where in the XLE you have the armrest. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's a big difference. Then we come over to the seating surfaces. Seating surfaces will be cloth versus the leather. And that is pretty much it back here, okay? So now let's go ahead and jump inside the XLE. Now inside the XLE, everybody, well, get a load of the seats. Right off the bat, you guys can tell the difference. And these are the leather or the Softex, whatever you guys want to call them. And then we have the electric-controlled driver's side seat inside the XLE, to where, again, remember, both front seats in the LE are manual controlled. Then we come over to the infotainment screen. This is actually standard in the XLE, so you're not going to have an 8-inch. You'll have always a 10-inch. Come up to the rear view mirror, a frameless rear view mirror with garage door opening capabilities, and that is going to be right here under. Dropping down to the dual climate controls right here, and let me go ahead and show you guys. You have the fan button, so 2 extra fan buttons here, as well as the sync and the different knobs for those each passenger, okay? Or each, person. Now, dropping down, we don't have a heated steering wheel here, but the XLE will have heated seats, and those are standard there. And everything else is the same, but this high gloss trim that goes around the center console. Then we come up to the key fob. Key fob does have the tailgate hold button. That's because of the convenience package. Then we come over to the driver cockpit cluster display screen. Remember I told you guys it's full digital. This screen looks a whole lot better, and you can mess around with the info cards in the center of those gauges. Now, the steering wheel does come soft text wrapped steering wheel. And we come over to the left-hand side of the dashboard. Tailgate button is down here. That's an added button, so it's not added up here, it's added down here. Come over to the door panel. Pretty much same exact looking door panel, not much different. And then one more thing I forgot in the front here is going to be the fog light switch, and that is that right there. Now we're done with the front side. Let's show you second row seating. Second row seating inside the XLE. Now, as you guys can see the armrest, and you have 2 extra cup holders, nice deep. So these cup holders are not little titty bitty cup holders. And we have the leather or soft text wrap. And as you guys can see, I want to say it also does change the vibe or the ambience because you have the leather on the back here as well. So it feels a bit richer inside the XLE. Now guys, as we like to do here at the MSRP stickers, here's the one to the LE first, coming in at $28,200. And now here's the MSRP sticker to the XLE, coming in at $29,560. So pause the video, take a look at those stickers. Hopefully this video did help you guys out. I try to make it as simple as possible and as quick so I don't upset anybody. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandy for more car reviews, car products. Thank you and God bless.